Yeah, the stock market's up 10 times what it typically is in a year. But the bad is the corollary to that. There are people who were not able to stay in their homes. There are people who don't have homes or stock investment, and there are a lot of people unemployed.
Absolutely. There's still about 9.5 million people unemployed since the crisis, and about half of those, Ali, are what we call long-term unemployed for 27 weeks or more. As you know, the longer you're out of the labor force, the harder it is to get back in. So we have that, and we have unemployment by race that's very uneven. We saw this after the great financial crisis 10 to 12 years ago. It's happening again. When you have black unemployment at 9.6%, Hispanic unemployment around 8% compared to the national average of around 6%, it's uneven, and it's more uneven, especially for black women and folks who work in the services part of the economy. That's the rub here, Ali. If you weren't able to keep your job during the pandemic because you work in the hospitality industry or the services part of the economy, it's going to be a very long road back, which puts a lot of people at risk in terms of food insecurity, in terms of the threat of falling into poverty. We have poverty rates that are climbing while the stock market makes record highs, and there have been more 401k millionaires printed in 2020 than we've ever seen in history, Al.
Yeah. But if the bad is the unemployment, the ugly is what you just mentioned, food insecurity, the number of people who don't know where their next meal is coming from.
Absolutely, and that's rough for folks that are not participating in this recovery. And the recovery's been very robust for people on what we call the top of the K-shaped economy. These are folks, like I said, that have been able to keep their jobs and keep investing. We saw the personal savings rate rise to record levels a couple of times in the last 12 months because of those stimulus checks, and people have been spending those, saving those, and a lot of people have been investing those. So if you're part of that class that's done okay, it's been a good recovery for you, but we have a lot of work to do on the bottom for the folks that didn't participate. That's what the Treasury is worried about. That's what the Federal Reserve is worried about, and that's what some of these economic policies are trying to address.